Every young man comes to a crossroad in their life. They have to pick their identity between one of these three choices. But the sad thing is, most young men don't realize what path they're being pulled down and how it's likely leading them to death and destruction. A lot of men are going down the emasculated weak man path, where they're controlled by society and passive. A lot of men are going down the hollow man path, the red pill route, sex, money, power, but never satisfied. But I'm going to show you why these paths lead you to death and destruction, and why the refined man, the man of God, is what you need to chase after. The first path men go down is the weak, emasculated man. This man is conditioned by culture to reject masculinity, reject responsibility, and embrace passivity. And because of that, they believe that their masculinity is toxic. Side note, if you ever hear the words toxic masculinity, immediately dismiss whatever that person's saying. It is the lack of masculinity that's the problem, not the presence of it. And that's why we have so many issues in today's society. So this person who is soft and passive, he avoids responsibility. He blames everything on the government or other people in his life. And because of this, he will never get to where he wants to be. He is addicted to dopamine. This could come in the form of porn, it could come in the form of Zaza, TV. All of these stimulants, these short-term things, are what he thinks will finally satisfy him. But of course, he just needs another hit of dopamine, and it's never enough. He is physically weak. He's fat or he's skinny, he's frail. He looks like he doesn't take care of himself, and it's because he has no respect for himself. He is mentally lost. He has no idea what he's doing with his life. He has no purpose, and because of this, he will never ever be satisfied. You may think I'm being harsh, and I am. That's because if you follow this path, you are going to waste your God-given potential. But good news, it is never too late to turn back. Start accepting responsibility, doing the hard things, and taking care of yourself. You can go from here to right here. So when you let culture dictate who you are, you become a weak man. But on the other end, we have the hollow man. This is the Andrew Tate red pill style man that believes sex, money, and status are going to be what finally satisfies him. He claims to be free, but he's actually a slave to his desires. He is ego-driven, constantly focused on just himself. He focuses on lust, greed, and status, thinking these things are finally the answer to that hole in his heart. And a big one here, he treats women like objects. Guys, having a high body count is not a flex. This fatherlessness epidemic is the reason so many men are choosing this path. So if you want your son to go down this path, continue to treat women the way you are. It is so selfish, and I'm sick of us normalizing it. He's focused on external validation, how he looks with his body, how he looks with his status and his money, and he thinks that's going to satisfy him. If you're sensing a trend here, because there's a common theme. All of these things he constantly chases over and over and over. He thinks, this, then I'll finally be satisfied. But it's never enough. And this is why so many guys over here end up burnt out and having a huge crisis later in their life, because they realize all that work they did was for nothing. These hollow red pill style men think they're strong. They think they're free. But the truth is, the only path that will ever lead to freedom is also the smallest one. The one the fewest men take, especially young men. And that is the refined man, the man of God, the man our society needs so desperately right now. This man, he is disciplined physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, financially. He does the things that are hard in the moment that pay off in the long run. He embraces hardship. He embraces responsibility. He has a greater purpose than just himself. It's not all about him. It's about bringing people to God. And by doing that, he has a reason to get up every single morning. He provides and protects for the family that he leads, not just financially. He also provides for them emotionally as well. He is the leader in every single area, and he serves the King. Guys, when you serve God, you're serving a higher purpose than yourself. You're also serving somebody who's perfect, who knows better than you. Guys, as a fellow young man, I trust my judgment way too much, and that gets me into a bad situation. But when I trust the Bible, when I trust what God says to me, it has never, ever let me down. It may not be easy, but it is the solution to everything in life. When you do this, you will find true fulfillment. You won't find that on either of these paths, but as a refined man, you take the small road right here, you will finally find what you need in your life. We all have to choose a path we're going to go down. But the question is, are you going to let the world decide where you're going? Or are you going to take the road less traveled? If you go on either of these sides, what the culture normalizes, you're never going to be satisfied. When you go down this path, it's not going to be easy. In fact, it's the hardest of the three. But it's the one that at the end of your life, you can look back and say, well done. I did a good job. I made the most of my God-given potential. So guys, I want to know where you're at right now. Let me know which path you're on. Be honest. If you're on one of these two paths, also comment what step you're taking to get on the road less traveled. I love you, brothers. God bless you.